Well, guys, how's she going? So, yeah, just came out for my evening cruise. It's actually getting pretty nice out, considering it's been kind of a hot day. Wind picked up finally. It wasn't blowing all that good earlier today. Yeah, so, but yeah, there's not too much to talk about, unfortunately. But yeah, got a couple of trees here and there that are possibly starting to change colors already. So I think that one's dying though. That's why that one's so yellowish. But it could be changing too. I don't know. It's a little. I think it'd be a little soon for that, but I don't know. So, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. So, just come to, like I said, check stuff out, and what was it, yesterday? I think it was. Yeah, it had to have been yesterday. I finally washed the John Deere. That's actually its first bath for the year. I haven't even washed it yet this year, except yesterday. So, but she was getting dirty, and it just, yeah, wasn't really that year, I guess, to clean it too much, but I don't know, it is what it is, though. So, but yeah, the grass has come in pretty nice here. I guess the cows they're running out of food. We put them back out on the ex-mayor's field a couple days ago because they kept, I guess the other night there or whatever, they were breaking out. They kept breaking out. So he was out, my uncle was out till about 1 o'clock in the morning, hooking the electric fence back up over in the ex-mayor's field, which isn't that big of a deal. We made it so it's all like quick attach kind of stuff, you know. I'll sit there and dick around with it forever and ever, but we unhook it though when we're not using it, obviously. But I don't know, I don't think it grew. They were off of it for a couple of weeks there, but I don't think it grew in much. I kind of wish, like, I don't want to sound bossy or cocky or anything, but in a way I kind of wish we could start bringing in these round bales, because we actually could be pushing the cattle out here, and I keep trying to convince my grandma of that, and they want to put a bale out, but I don't want them doing that, you know, because it's hay that's coming out of our freaking supply when we could be putting them on ground that they could have a field day on. So, but we don't want to put them out here either when there's bales scattered about, because then, you know, at least if they're in a pile, then it's easier to watch the cattle that way. So, but I don't know, I wouldn't mind putting them out here at least for a few hours a day or something, you know. But what are you gonna do, you know? So, but I don't know. I imagine the young guy's still trying to get caught up with baling, because I know he's behind. So it obviously, it sucks that the 15's down, because I probably would have already started moving bales by now. So, but what do you do? You know, what do you do? So, but yeah, so I did some mowing. I mowed my yard Sunday, I guess it was, and there wasn't much for roadside to do, so I didn't really piss around with it all that much. I just did the one ditch that's by the north garden there. That one always grows like a son of a gun. So, but whatever. So, but then I came down here and I mowed down here. Oh, they're complaining. So, yeah. So, I mowed everything like I normally do, including the camping spot, you know. But here's what I did, what I was able to mow, since I have to do a little bit more cleaning. I still got quite a bit of stuff to do yet, I guess. But I wasn't able to mow all of this. I think I still need to clean it better yet. Plans is to mow all this down eventually too, just right up to the tree. But there's a lot of sticks and stuff still in there that I got to sort through. Maybe just throw them further back in there. I'm not going to haul them. And then I mowed where this dead tree was at. I actually blew all the leaves off into the corner. But the grass is dead, obviously, because the tree's been on it for literally like a month. But apparently, I think I knocked it over, but I have to come in here whenever, maybe with a trimmer or something, or just whenever. There's a stump in here, I think. I hit it, and it was big enough that it was actually shoving the mower deck over. So I know it's something pretty big. And you can see there's still a lot of sticks and stuff that I got to pick up and just chuck them over there in the corner. And then there was a frog over here, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. I believe there's also a stump in here, because again, I hit it. It was shoving the mower deck over. So I got to find that stump. I think it's rotted enough that I probably could just beat it out and it would be fine. A lot of the stumps down here are pretty rotten. So, because I was kind of hoping to come in here, you know, and mow. I would like to be right up to this tree, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I was able to mow around this dead tree. You can see where I kind of come around and come out. But yeah, this tree has to get out of here. Get that all cleaned up. Find that stump, those two stumps, do whatever with them, and then I should be able to come straight through, and it should be fine. I believe I was mowing this. I can't remember now. I have to, I guess, maybe go back on some videos and see if I was actually mowing this before the trees fell. Another thing I want to do, and this is really happening quick, we're going to have to, I got to take this tree down. This is the tree that broke, but there's still another guy, I guess, attached to it. But there's already new ones starting to grow, new trees. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to come down here at some point and just drop this whole thing. Because I don't want those trees growing back. I'd rather not just have this tree here anymore. In all reality, I'd rather just mow it, but whatever. But they won't grow. So I grew quite a bit in just a month or two that they were down. So I guess they really want to get done. So, but yeah, I got to clean all this up and mow this down at some point. Plans were to mow around this stump. There's a stump in here, obviously. Mow around it, get rid of some of the dead branches that were here, clean it up, and then I could mow this whole section, open it back up. So, but I can't, because obviously the trees are down and I gotta, you know, I gotta clean it and whatever. So I was mowing, I think, right up to that tree pretty much, but then the big tree fell down. So I think I was mowing all that, but there's some shit in there now that I gotta clean up, obviously. So just some more miscellaneous sticks and stuff to clean up, and then we're good. But the thing that I'm happy about is obviously the trail got cleaned out and I mowed it. So it's actually getting almost dark enough now where I don't need the glasses, but yeah. So that's actually you can actually walk down here and not get, you know, get smacked with grass. Still some minor things I want to do here yet, but I can do that whenever. I got to do something like this. I think this is a tree too that fell down, but the branches stick out, and I don't know where it ends, but I probably could just cut the branches off and it would be fine. But I would kind of like to be able to, you know, mow out a little bit more, but I can't either because I have I think it's, yeah, there's a big stump or something, or a big log laying here. It's been there for a couple of years now, but you can see almost everything I was able to mow. I want to mow more over here, obviously, but I need to clean it out better. Yeah, I got to clean it out a lot because I was hitting a lot of like hard, like big sticks and stuff. So I really got to clean it out. And then I mowed over here. I don't know why I did it. I just freaking did it. I think because it's irritating. But I mowed this a little bit open, just to where the cultivator would originally had stopped, you know, plowing. So, but it actually looks a lot nicer, but I would rather have it dirt. But what are you going to do? So actually, I think this trail has dried out quite a bit here. This will always dry out nice and quick because of the sun and the wind. And we're getting a really good south wind right now. But we're going to walk further in the trail, and I think that's where it starts getting a little tacky. And I guess I should have showed you guys, but I hate having to put clips together. Don't like doing it too much, so that'll just make it kind of like a raw video and be done with it. So, or one big clip and be done with it. So, yeah, well, I haven't been back here since I hauled out that last tree, so I don't really know what's going on in here, but we're here now. So, this is where the two trees are at. I had one leaning down in here, coming across. Then I had another one there, leaning across. Again, I got a big mess down here. This is what needs to be cleaned up again. So, yeah, just your typical grass. Some big branches to pick up. I think those I'll probably have to, I might have to pull those with the A. I don't think I'm going to be able, I mean, I probably could lift them, but I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to, like, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But this is about as far as I got for taking trees out. And I'm still not done. Obviously, I got a little bit of a mess to clean up. But, so, ouch. And then we get past that, which obviously still needs to be cleaned out. This is where it starts looking like it's getting a little wet. I don't think feels like it's dry. And when you walk on it, it feels all right, but I'm more concerned about the tractors than anything else. So here's a little branch. I'll get rid of that. But yeah, the trail needs to be mowed. But yeah, so here's a bunch of little stinking branches that came down. Yeah, that will probably just... I'm going to actually move this over here because the weeds are bearing it now, but I think I can load this in the back of the pickup, but there's probably a good chance I'm just going to hook the A to it and get it out of here. So you got like a lot of little ones that are easy to... You can just pick them up and throw them off to the side. And you won't see that again now until next year. So... But that's really what's going on here. It's just a lot of little things you got to pick up too, besides all the big shit. So, gotta at least get somewhere, right? So, but yeah. So, ouch. Yeah, this is starting to look a little tacky. Oh yeah, this is a little, it's not sticking to my shoes, but it is a little tacky. So now we're pretty, these weeds fell over. I guess you're angry with life. But that's the problem with some of these weeds. They get like super tall, and then all of a sudden, it's like you lose a couple of feet of the, I don't know, I might get rid of that later. I don't know. But they hang over the stinking trail by so much it actually makes the trail feel smaller than it really is. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't been this far on this trail in quite a while. So, but see, I think should be a couple of more trees down. Let's see here. I see one big branch, a couple of big branches. Maybe I'll get those on my way back, because hopefully I won't be videotaping on my way back, but I can do a better job with both arms instead of just one. But you got a little bit of a mess here, which isn't too bad. That's a kind of a, well, that's a fairly big branch, but I don't know. I'll probably just pick it up and chuck it over the side, and here's the big freaking mess. This is what's going to take a while to even clean up. I would like to get back in here and try to work what I can back up, and see if I can save whatever I can save at this point. So yeah, still a little bit of a, yeah, over here now. This is where the sycamore on the A would pay off. But unfortunately, I'm not going to get anything done with it this year. I'm not going to be able to go very far because of the weeds and stuff. But this will never dry out with all these weeds here. You think it would? You think they would drink the moisture like crazy, but they don't. So, so basically, from this point up to right where that big monster tree is, all that is grass and weeds. I lost all that. The only way you could save it is you'd have to mow it down and then come back down here with the cultivator and rip it up. That's the only thing you can do there. So I'm not going to walk any further than that, but I think there is a couple of more trees further down there. But what are you going to do? There's just nothing you can really do about it, you know. It's just the way it is. So, unfortunately, I just have to freaking deal with it. So, but yeah, definitely got a big mess here to freaking clean up. So, but I guess just come down here maybe every once in a while and throw a couple of branches off to the side, and maybe we'll get summer before winter hits again. I don't know. So, but yeah, it kind of just sucks because, you know, it just sucks, you know, because everything's going wrong and I can't keep up with the repairs. I probably could get the A back up and running pretty quick here. Once I pull the PTO out and fix the seal, that should be done, but I don't want to pull that out until I know we're done hauling freaking trees. So, but yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Kind of pisses me off. So, but I got this to clean up, which maybe I'll come down here every now and then and just pick away at it. I'm not gonna. When I look at it, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be here for hours. I'm not gonna spend an hour down here picking up branches. But yeah, we're gonna have to come back down here with the A and the 400 and pick up a few more. This we probably could actually just throw in the bucket of the 400 and take it out that way. So, but yeah, so I don't know, but kind of is what it is, I guess, at this freaking point. So, but yeah, I guess I am talking on the way back, but that's because I forgot something else extremely important I wanted to tell you guys. I know you guys saw the video of me putting down Mr. Randy over there. So, the update on that. Well, it's good news and it's bad news, but it's only going to be bad news depending on how Randy wants to play this out now. Dogs are gone. He had until today, or whatever, Monday or Tuesday. He had that was his time limit from the time that I called. He had that many days to try to get rid of them. And if he couldn't do it, then the cops were going to do it. So the cops did show up. Why they needed 3 trucks, I don't know. And the one truck had a trailer on it, so I don't know if they were going to put the dogs in the back of the trailer or what. I fucking damned if I know. But yeah, so they're probably there for a good maybe 40-45 minutes. A lot of it obviously was just, you know, bullshitting. Him probably making up freaking excuses. So the dogs are going to a new home. They're not going to the pound. The cops did find somebody that was willing to take them. It's somebody, I think, from around here, but they're in my county, but they're a little bit further away. I don't know. I'm not going to say the person's name. I ain't going to say any of that because, you know what, if Randy does watch my video someday, I don't want him knowing. Now, he can find it out other ways, but I'm not going to make it easy for him. So, but yes, the cops did come, take the dogs away. Now, he had 3 of these dogs, but 2 were big, and 1 was a small white dog. Well, the white dog wasn't being a problem. I don't think I've ever seen that dog outside. Here's the thing. These dogs are actually worth a lot of money. They are a special breed of a dog, and they actually can bring big money. If you tried to sell them, you would get a pretty penny. If I had one of those dogs and I sold that dog for whatever the value of the dog was, let me put it to you this way. Big Red would be back up and running 100%. 1586 would be back up and running 100%, and then some. That's just on the lower end of the scale. It can go up from there. But if somebody's willing to only pay you $10,000 for one dog, it's a lot of money. And let's just say if I turned around and sold that dog, you know, for 10 grand or whatever, yeah. So I could have all my projects done and then some. Doesn't that look so much nicer? It does to me. Once it greens up a little bit, it'll look even nicer, but yeah, it's fucking insane. to think that here you got a hobo, you know, that's living like white trash, can't care for his yard, yada yada yada, but he's got all this money. Now I bet you this money that he had to buy the house and those dogs, I mean, all that money's probably gone now. But unfortunately, this is where the bad news kicks in. Now, the deputy did call me back earlier today after they took off. I wasn't expecting any phone call from them. But they said that they came, took the dogs away. But they said, don't be surprised if Randy, I don't know exactly how he can do it, but I think I think it can play out two different ways. He can sue the town that I live in, you know, that he lives in too. He can sue the town for the money for those dogs. So, you know, he'd get the money back. I guess somehow that way he can do that. And apparently, I guess if he finds out who took the dogs, he can go back to them, I guess, or something, and he can actually demand the dogs back. Like, he can take the dogs back. But I don't know how it would play out exactly if somebody else owned the dogs, because technically they would be the owners. I mean, it doesn't matter. You lost the dogs for a reason. But apparently, from what the cop says, no matter how he decides to do it, he can fight for it, which I think is ridiculous because he's obviously an animal abuser. And I don't know what there is for, for that one law that I want to talk about here. There are laws similar to this, but they're only for, like, towards guns, driver's licenses, and like that kind of stuff. So, like, obviously if you get into trouble, you go to jail. Okay, well then they have a thing where, okay, you can't have any guns or you can't have a driver's license for 10 years. Then there's more, obviously there's higher ones that go higher than that, but then there's also a lifetime ban. Meaning that you can never ever get your driver's license again. You can never ever own a gun in your whole entire life. And I'm pretty sure that there was a lifetime ban on cats and dogs. But I'm not 100% sure. But apparently from what the cop says, he's never heard of such a thing. Because really that's what Randy needs. He needs a lifetime ban from ever owning any animals. Now he does have, I guess, a couple of cats. But obviously I've never seen them. He obviously keeps them indoors. Yeah, probably because they're expensive cats too, I bet. But he apparently, I imagine he's really pissed right now, you know. So he can, if he really wanted to, I guess he could fight for the dogs. He could either sue the town, or it's either going to play out two ways. Either he's going to want his money back, which I think that if the town paid it, they would be stupid. He's the one that's causing these issues anyway. And then I think he can fight to get the dogs back. Now, how far this guy would be willing to take it, I don't know. He might obviously be pissed for a few days. And, you know, then he might just kind of cool off and maybe he'd just let it go. But I personally, I don't know. I understand that you lost, you know, thousands of dollars because you invested your money poorly, by the way. And ooh, what was that? Oh, well, that can't be there. But yeah, so, you know, I understand that these dogs are a special breed. I'm sorry, man. It's a waste of money. You know, if you were a celebrity or a lawyer or a doctor, you know, obviously retired, then you would have endless amounts of money. So then, yeah, sure, you can go and splurge. Man, you're neither of that, okay? You're a guy that used to be, I think, a truck driver. You used to be many things, apparently. And then you lost your leg, and then you couldn't drive anymore or whatever, you know, so you had to retire. So, but honestly, man, to invest that kind of money towards a dog, to 3 dogs, that's ridiculous. You should have invested your money into maybe buying like an actual vehicle, you know, that was set it up for your needs, or, you know, or get yourself a house that will set it up better for your kind of needs. You know, but here you want to buy expensive animals. I'm never going to do that. I think I don't think these cats are, well, they might be worth a little bit of money, but they're not worth a lot. But I had a cat back in the day. I forget what they call them now, but they have long hair and their face is flat. It's not, you know, sticking out like a normal cat's face would do. It's flat. It's pushed in. I forget what you call those kind of cats, but I had one of those. But the problem was, is I got it from an older lady that was moving. She couldn't take the cat with her, which is an unfortunate thing, especially if you've had it for quite a few years. But yeah, so she was gonna move, and originally my grandma was gonna take the cat, but then we found out what kind of cat it was, and then, you know, then we took it. Me, mother, and, well, I think it was just me and mother at the time, but we were even still living at the old house back at the farm when we got him. I think I was an older teenager at the time. I don't know, I was probably only maybe 16, 17 when we got him, because not long after I turned 18, then obviously I bought that house. And then we moved into that house, and we had him at that time. So, I don't know what year it was when he died, but yeah, he did end up dying. But it was because of old age. He was actually an older cat when we got him, but, you know. But yeah, we took good care of him, and, you know, he had a pretty good ending there. So, but unfortunately, first towards the end, he was dying, obviously, and we obviously tried to make it as comfortable for him as possible, but at the end, he just wanted to be left alone, so we just we left him alone. So, because if cats want to die in peace, they don't want nobody around them, we're going to respect that, and we're going to let them just do their own thing. They know that they've had a good life at my place, and that's all that matters. So, I don't treat my cats like shit. Yeah, you drive past my place, you'll see my cats running around outside. That's because I let my cats outside. I let my cats choose to go out, and I let them make their own decisions. Obviously, in the wintertime, you know, we keep them in, and they're smart enough that they know to stay in. But yeah, they will go out every now and then in the wintertime, but it's very rare, and they won't stay out very long. Just a couple of minutes, just to get some fresh air in their lungs. That's all they want. I don't make my cats stay outside. They can go in and out as they please, you know, in the summertime and in the wintertime. So, but in the wintertime, obviously, we do try to keep them in a little bit more. But if they want to go out for a few minutes and get some fresh air, or sometimes I've seen them playing in the snow, you know, then we'll let them play in the snow if they want. You know, like, we're not going to force them to stay in, but we're not going to leave them out either. That's what Randy's been known to do. He's been known to leave his dogs out all night. And I'm sorry, man. Why would you treat your dogs this way? Like, I understand that they're dogs, whatever, but they're expensive dogs. Like, if I had a cat that was worth $5,000, I would never, ever let that cat outside. Or, you know, even if it was a dog, if I was into dogs, if I had a dog worth thousands, that thing would not be running around. Yes, it's going to have to go outside, go to the bathroom, but that's it. You know, that's the way my grandma was too, is that she would not leave her dogs out unless she was out. So, like, if we were gardening or whatever back in the day, then we would bring the dog with us, and the dog could sit out for however long. If we noticed that the dog started getting tired or started getting hot, you know, then we would take it back in the house. But when it was just to let them out to go to the bathroom, they were up on a leash. My grandma was right there with them, and they would go out, do their business, and it would be right back in the house. And our dogs, the dogs that my grandma had, they're just ordinary dogs. There's nothing special about them. There was that one dog. It was kind of almost like a wiener dog, but not quite a wiener dog. But yeah. But I mean, to leave your dog out that's worth $7,000 is actually really a ridiculous thing to do. Because what if somebody came and stole your dog and they went and sold it, you know, somewhere else? You know, and it just kept getting pushed further and further down the line. Eventually, you would never ever see the dog again. You know, so it's ridiculous to think that you got a guy that's what 70, 80, maybe, I don't know, 70 years old, and he's treating animals like this. And they're expensive animals. Like, holy fuck, man, you must have endless amounts of money if you think you can just let a dog go, let it do whatever the fuck it wants, and then if it gets killed, whatever, you know, I'll just go get me another one. Like, that's the kind of attitude that he has. And he has that attitude like he's unfucking touchable. He's fucking cocky. And what was that other word? Oh, there was another word, but I can't remember it now. Son of a bitch. But stubborn. He's very stubborn and cocky, and he thinks he's untouchable. So, but I kind of hope that maybe I'm just hoping this, but I'm not holding my breath to it. I just kind of hope that maybe since he lost the dogs now, maybe this will give him the wake-up call that he needs. I'm hoping that, but obviously I'm not going to pray for it, because it's not a reality. There goes a Ranger. Man, I'd love to have a Ranger, but mine's going to have a cab and air conditioning. Maybe one day, but I don't know. Yeah, I would just never ever do that to my dogs. Not even to my cats. Like, if I had an expensive cat, I would never do that. We had that other cat, you know, the one with the pushed in face. And yeah, he never went out. The other lady said too that she never let him out. He was an indoor cat. So we pretty much kept it that way too. Staying in the house. Because I think he was actually worth money. Like, probably not a lot of money, but we got him for free. The old lady didn't want nothing for it. She just wanted to find a home for it. Even if it was at a loss, you know, for her. She lost out both ways. You know, she lost out on a pretty cat because she was moving, and then she lost out on some money. So, but he's unfortunately dead and gone now. So I don't know if I'll ever get another one or not. I think they're a little bit too expensive, but I don't know. I have too many of my own cats right now to really even consider getting another one. We have too many. So then I got the fucking neighbor running around with their fucking cats, and they're fucking breeding. I got like 10 kittens running around my place because the stupid fucking neighbor told us said the first time that the cats that she let out, they were all males. Only one was a male, and he's still in my house. He's not even my cat, but yeah, he's living with me. So, but she said that they were all males the first time, and then we talked to her again, and then she said, "Oh no, that only one was a male, and the other two were females." But the reason why she had to throw them out, and this was last fall when she did it, she had to throw them out because they had a family emergency and they couldn't leave the cats in the house. And they probably didn't want to bother anybody to see if they could find somebody to take care of them for in the meantime. That was just a ridiculous thing to do. I understand that you probably couldn't have taken the cats with you, you know, yada yada yada. That's why it's kind of difficult to have cats. I think if you had maybe just one, it'd be a little bit of a different story. But when you have, you know, a couple or three or whatever, then you're kind of stuck, you know, close to home because you can't go that far away. Now, technically, cats can kind of take care of themselves more than dogs can, but I don't know. I would still never throw my cats out in the wintertime. Well, actually, I don't really have to because I can either. I don't want to do it because we did it in the past and they wrecked it, but they could just stay down in the basement, you know, just have free roam at it, but you'd still have to have somebody come over to watch them. Or they could stay out in the garage, you know, like, yeah, it's going to still be cold in the garage, but at least they're not going to get all the snow and shit on them, you know, it's still going to be warmer than being outside. But in the wintertime, we don't leave our cats even out in the garage, not much in the wintertime. If they want to stay out there, then they can, but we more or less just put them in the basement. But unfortunately, in the basement, they got to stay in cages. It's not the nicest thing I wanted to do. But when we've had them, you know, let them free in the basement, then they would wreck my basement. So I had to start controlling it a little bit better. And the only way I could think of it was, well, I got to get big, good-sized dog cages. And that's what's been working. It's been working pretty well. So, but yeah, I still take better care of my cats, you know, than anybody. You know, it's ridiculous. And all my cats are fixed. I got my cats fixed years ago. Because I didn't want them to breed, obviously. So that's why, I mean, even the neighbors that I have now, they're on the stupid side, you know, because they just don't care. And I thought they'd just be a little bit more people. You know, I just thought they'd be another family with freaking common sense, but I feel like we're the only people in this town with common sense. And that's actually kind of sad. But what are you going to do? So, you just got to freaking put up with it. But anyways, when we were talking about the cop there, or when the cop called me back and we were talking about, you know, the dogs and stuff there, he says you got to find out who the mayor is in town, and he says you got to start filing reports for their living conditions, for not mowing the lawn, not cleaning up, you know, letting trash blow around. I had trash in my field over the summer months. I had a big 32-pound bag of dog food. It was empty, obviously, but it blew into my field, and I think it came from them because it was awful fresh. So, like, it was just getting on my nerves. It's like, you know, you don't need to be doing that. And then not mowing your freaking lawn, big old fucking mountain pile of trash sitting by the front door. It's like, really? I don't know what they do with their garbage because I don't see them ever burning it. They used to burn their trash, you know, which I don't care if you do that or not. So, but they used to. And I don't see them putting any trash out for the garbage truck to take, so I don't know what they do with it. They must just pile it somewhere. But that's stupid. You know? So, but I don't know. Their way of life is not right. You know? But what are you going to do? So, I guess it just kind of is what it is at this point, so. But yeah. Yeah, she's dark over here, ain't she? Oof. But I guess, guys, I'm going to take off. I'm pretty much done now. I'm heading home. And got a couple other things to do and whatever else. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess I have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.